Hello and welcome to another Budget and Leggett video. Today we have behind me, it's a 2008 Astra 1.4 petrol. Now this is a common problem on these Astras or Vauxhalls depending on where you are in the world. Same with the Corsas, with a lot of these engines, with the Opel engines or Vauxhall engines, they can have a problem where they start leaking oil literally overnight. Sometimes they can throw an engine light on, sometimes not, just depending on the car. But basically you'll be driving along, everything will be fine, and the next morning you might see a load of oil down the floor. And you go, well, where's that come from? And literally overnight it will happen. And what it is the oil switch. Now, very common problem, just a very simple switch, one wire coming into the top. As you can see, it just kind of looks like that, one wire. It's on top of the engine, and what happens is the oil breaks a seal inside and it leaks out of here and leaks out where the wire comes, but it leaks quite a lot. Now, you know, you will notice this leak, and if you don't do anything about it, it won't take long to have no oil in your engine and your engine seized. Very easy to replace, and I would suggest you replace it straight away. So let's get on the engine and see where it is. I don't know if that's coming through, but you can see a good bit of puddle of oil, and all I've done is started it up and drove that about 4 or 5 meters just inside the garage, and you can see how much oil's come off it already. So if you leak, it is quite bad. And it's very simple. We have the engine here, obviously, the timing belt and the fan belt is here, so you can know where it is. And directly beside the water hoses, you'll see, and that is hot, you'll see a clip, just a wire, one single wire, just clips off, and right next to it is the oil switch. And now this one is a 24mm. The new one is a 22mm and the old one's a 24mm, but I wouldn't worry about that. I'll try and get this on properly. And again, it's a slightly different colour. I wouldn't worry about that. We've checked it up as regards the number plate of this vehicle and we're okay. Now that doesn't want to fit on for some reason. Someone's been at this before. Now it's very simple. The only thing you have to be careful of is you can very easily over tighten it and break it. And you have to be careful because you're tightening it into casts as well, so you can very easily strip the threads, which you want to be careful of. And also, it drips on this particular car. It's got air conditioning, so it's dripping right on the air conditioning, and it can damage the pumps and everything around it. So you want to get it sorted very, very quickly. What you're also going to need to do is clean this. So what I'm going to do after I've done this, I'm going to spray a load of degreaser down there and just jet wash it everywhere. There's no point me showing you that, but just degrease everywhere and underneath and jet wash everything, and then we will be sorted. So that's as simple as that. It just screws off. We need the new one. It is no harm in checking, just checking the threads, just to make sure they're the same length and everything is fine. The same clip. Like I said, this is a 22mm as opposed to 24mm, but that doesn't matter, providing you have got it checked out. When I've ordered this switch, I have obviously got this checked out through the number plate, and this is the one that matches up. Different people that manufacture them just use different sizes, so I wouldn't worry about that. 22mm, and be careful of this because you don't want to over tighten it, but you need it tight obviously so it doesn't leak, but not too tight to where you do damage. Now that should be fine. I'm just going to clean the wire. So what I'm going to do is just wipe the actual sensor. I'm going to give it a bit of a clean to make sure there's no oil inside it. You can see the old one, it just leaks through it, pops the seals in them. Now, this will just slide back on, nice and easy. Simple as that. Just going to start this now to make sure it's not leaking. Now, just have a quick look to make sure there's no obvious signs of leaking. But the only real way to test is take it for a drive, because it's when it comes under pressure from driving that you'll actually see it leaking. But at least now we can see there's no leak between the sensor and the actual engine block. Now I'm just going to take this for a quick drive up and down the road just to see if there is any problems. So as you can see, that's the oil it left. That's the oil it left yesterday, and that's the oil it left this morning. Anyway, what you have to be very careful of is, as you're jet washing this, with it being a petrol engine, you have to be very careful. Even a diesel engine, you have to be careful, especially that it doesn't suck in water. Now, hopefully this is coming through. So as you can see, I've cleaned it all just to make sure that, you know, I wasn't dropping old oil on the floor and thinking maybe it's still leaking. That is clean. I've taken it for a spin, no fresh oil, everything's clean in and around here, and yeah, it all looks good. Just be very careful of, if you are washing it, especially all the electronic stuff here, especially on the petrol, because you don't want to get them wet, that you can cause all sorts of problems. So that's how you replace one of them. If you do find that it just literally started leaking overnight, that could very well be your problem. So look, hope it helps. Subscribe and don't forget to get your hands dirty. See you for the next one.